farmers are at risk at the moment of losing their nitrates derogation. And there's a huge amount of concern out there, and rightly so. Ireland is one of the only countries left in the European Union that has a derogation. You know, farmers have been pushed so much over the last few years to do their bit for the environment, to contribute, to comply. Is Uisce Éireann doing as much as the farmers are doing?
I think it might be Sean. Would you come in on that one? But we are doing a significant amount of work. We have moved from, we were the most impactful, most impact on water bodies in the country when we took over in 2014. We're now fourth, Sean, is that correct?
That's correct. So after the next River Basin Management Plan cycle, we will be the 7th largest water pressure on water bodies across the country. There's roughly 4,800 water bodies as per the River Basin Management Plans. We are at pressure on 197 of those, farmers and farming in general, and this is coming from data that's been compiled by the EPA, so it's all scientifically backed. They are at pressure on 1,000 of those water bodies.
Okay, and can I just ask, what portion of the nutrient loading in priority catchment come from municipal wastewater discharges versus agriculture?
It would depend on what water body you're talking about, because ultimately...
but in general, like, you know, where there is a wastewater treatment system that is discharging, you know, is that contributing? So
look, our wastewater discharge, our treatment systems are a loading on a water body. Okay. Now, depending on the size of the water body and depending on how many farmers are actually feeding into that water body, it will vary from place to place. All I can tell you is out of the 4,800 water bodies in the country, we are a sole source pressure on 32 of them.
And can I ask, say like wastewater treatment systems that are discharging, you know, have many of them been breaching their limits in recent years?
So the EPA report from last year says there was 1,000 incidents. So if you look at the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive, which is a basic standard treatment, 98% of our wastewater treatment plants meet that standard. Okay. If you look at licensing, 48% of those wastewater treatment plants meet that standard, and that's what we're working on.
That's 48%?
Correct.
So there's 52 that don't?
But you must recall we have 1,100 wastewater treatment plants, 750 of those wastewater treatment plants, which are the vast majority of what we're looking at, collect less than 4% of the load. So the impact we're talking about on non-compliance from a licensing point of view for the vast majority of plants is minimal at best.
You see, I have an issue with it because if a farmer breaches their nitrates level, right, they face immediate stocking reductions.
Yes.
What does Uisce Éireann face for the, you know, breaches in discharge limits?
We are prosecuted on a regular basis by the EPA for breaches of our wastewater licenses.
And where does that hit you?
We get fined.
Okay, and what was the biggest fine you faced in recent times?
We were fined, I think, 20,000 euros in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, so 20,000 euros of a fine to an organisation that has operational billions in spend. It seems like a slap on the wrist.
So if you look at our asset base, we have water, we've wastewater, we've networks and we've treatment plants. So right now we're focusing on wastewater treatment. We also have maintenance that we have to do. We estimate that to bring all of our networks, all of our wastewater treatment plants, water treatment plants up to good standard is going to cost between 60 and 70 billion euros because of the underinvestment of the previous decades. So what we're doing is we're looking at all our wastewater treatment plants and we're tackling them on a case-by-case basis, and we're prioritising compliance and we're prioritising our investments to make sure that we get the best bang for buck in terms of impact on the environment.
Just my last question. Do you believe that municipal discharges undermine Ireland's ability to defend the derogation in Brussels?
Our municipal wastewater treatment plants are a loading into the water bodies that we have. In some situations, they are sole source pressures. So therefore, yes, they are the net contributor of nitrates into that. But on an overall basis, I would say probably no, to a lesser extent.
Okay, look, I appreciate the answers and I appreciate you being here today, and thank you for the comprehensive answers across the board. Garmagad Kirloch.